All right, what is up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin Ordinals, BRC20 tokens, showing you guys how to buy, sell, trade, store your Bitcoin Ordinals, NFTs, all that kind of stuff, right? Whatever you're going to be doing. This Bitcoin Ordinals is kind of like a new thing that's come about in this past year. Not a lot of people on this wave yet. Essentially, what it is inscriptions on individual Satoshis. So you're essentially labeling individual Satoshis on the blockchain, signifying something specific. There's a lot of things that are being built on top of the Bitcoin network now, essentially. But we're going to be keeping it pretty simple today, mostly just talking about like some of the degen plays, NFTs, memes, stuff like that, keeping it real basic, simple. We'll probably deep dive into some other stuff later, but let's keep pushing here. Obviously, this is kind of like a good time to be degening in the market right now. We've had a nice year here, as you can see, made some good money here, obviously. It's kind of a nice time to be just throwing those Hail Mary plays in. Obviously, we haven't hit the all-time high yet, so it's a question of, are we going up or down? Are we having like a 2019 moment here where we come down like that? Personally, I would love that. I'd love another 6 to 8 months of stacking. But just going to throw a couple of Hail Marys out here. We're degening NFTs now at this point already, just in case, it is moon time. If we do go down here, not over investing still, just kind of playing with some fun money, ready to definitely stack up some more stuff if we take a downturn here. But moving on to the Bitcoin Ordinals, right? First step is kind of finding your what you want to buy here, right? You want to find your NFT. How do you find that? Obviously you're going to be scrolling Twitter, YouTube like you're doing right now. I'm about to put you on to a couple projects. But I found mine just by, searching CoinGecko. Or on CoinGecko here, you can go to NFT floor price. You want to, obviously select which network you want to be looking on. Today we're dealing with Bitcoin Ordinals, the NFTs on the Bitcoin network, right? Satoshi Inscriptions. I've just been watching this for a couple weeks now, and this one is something that's really caught my eye. Bitcoin Burials. It's a little bit different. Obviously, all of these projects really are early on in this, but you want to be having something with some good volume. Notice, watching the volume on this, it's got pretty consistent volume, decent amount of holders. 1,800, when you're comparing that to some of the other things. But honestly, the main thing was the price. I didn't want to get anything too expensive. Looking at the CoinGecko page here, the Bitcoin Burials, you can see, we got website here, things are happening. We got Twitter, Discord. Obviously, you can like deep dive into all of that stuff there. But what we really do is, check out the marketplace where it's at. It's pretty much the main spot where your Bitcoin Ordinal NFTs are going to be is Magic Eden right now. So we head over to the Magic Eden site, checking it out. You can see the total volume, couple of stats here. Check the info, what it is. Bitcoin Burials is a 10K Ordinals collection of lovely crafted headstones in a pixel art style, each engraved with the BTC logo and a date tied to an obituary predicting Bitcoin's death as selected from a historic archive, making Bitcoin magical again, one burial at a time. So this is kind of something interesting. Like, it's not something that you typically see on NFTs. I like that it's a little bit different. Obviously, it's not just, it's a 10K collection, which is nice and simple to understand. But it's also got the date. So essentially, this is like a date and a quote of Bitcoin, a prediction that the Bitcoin is dead. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. I like that. You can see they're tweeting about it sometimes. This was like the 16th December 2014. Bitcoin Financial Network is doomed. This was when the price was $325. So they're tweeting about things like this all the time. There's all kinds of stuff happening on the Twitter in the community. Like I said, join the Discord and all that stuff if you really want to do a deep dive, ask questions. Bitcoin has nil value. This is January 2021. Like, I remember some of these quotes, right, in the mainstream articles and stuff. It's at 33K. And it's cool that they've created this project, and it came out just before the big ETFs came about. So it's kind of like, it's hard for the mainstream guys to really be predicting like, Bitcoin is dead now that these ETFs have come out. It's kind of a new paradigm. Obviously, I'm sure there's still going to be people who are doubting, but if you've been in Bitcoin for a long time, this is kind of like a running joke about all the times that people predicted that Bitcoin was going to die. So it's like a bit of a troll, and it's an NFT, and it's just cool because it's inscribed on individual Satoshis, right? So definitely a unique kind of twist on NFTs, which I really like, and it's super cheap right now. So just gonna have some fun with it. Let's get into how you're actually gonna do this. So obviously you need to set up a wallet, which we've talked about before on the channel. So hopefully how to do that. We're gonna be using the Phantom wallet here. You obviously just download it from the internet, use it, put it as a extension on your browser. You need to get your seed phrase and everything like that, make sure no one's seeing it, all those steps. If you're not familiar, you're kind of punching above your weight class right now with this degening NFTs on the Bitcoin network right now. But I've got videos on how you can learn about all of that. So hopefully, like I said, you've got your Phantom wallet here set up. We're gonna add the Bitcoin network onto it. This is kind of like a new thing here. So once you have your Phantom wallet, you need to make sure you have your Bitcoin. So you just go to the settings, active networks, make sure the Bitcoin is on. So this doesn't come on, right? Then you'll have Bitcoin available there. You need to deposit the Bitcoin. So like I said before, we have had videos showing you how to send Bitcoin, and you're probably like a little bit frustrated right now if you already know this stuff, but it is what it is. You need to send Bitcoin to your wallet, obviously. Once we have Bitcoin in our wallet, which I do, I have 0.009, about $380 here of Bitcoin in my wallet. Then we go to Magic Eden. We simply connect our wallet, connect our Phantom wallet, right? Boom, it's right there, simple as that. And then we're picking our NFT that we want, right? So like I said, there's lots of options here on Magic Eden, right? Looking at these, there's some other good things, like obviously Node Monks, super bullish on that. I like Bitcoin Punks. The idea, this was the first 10K collection. This was the first original 10K collection, but obviously these are pretty expensive now at this point. This is like 10K or something, so that's not what we want to be doing right now. We're looking for ours. Bitcoin burials, here we are. You can see the volume and all that kind of stuff here, but the price is 0.003 is the floor price, right? So this is a little bit, more realistic if you're, just kind of messing around and just kind of learning about ordinals. But yeah, our floor price is 0.035 right here, right? I actually have a ordinal already. So in our Phantom wallet, once you buy the ordinal, you can go to this tab here and you'll see your collection of NFTs that they'll come up automatically. So you can see this is one that I have already bought, September 2020. This was a really interesting time because this was pretty shortly just before we really took off in the last bull cycle. So it's and I remember this time a lot of people, they weren't sure if Bitcoin was going to go up or down, and so it's just kind of like a funny quote for me. And I actually got in on this one at a really good price. I got in on this at 0.025, so you can see my total return. I've actually, I'm up. It shows comparing it to the floor price. So if I was to put this as the cheapest one on the market right now, I would be up 0.001 Bitcoin. So that's kind of how, you make money with NFTs if you want to buy and sell it. The dream for NFTs, in my vision is, eventually it's such a trusted market that you can actually even just continue to hold your NFTs and you can borrow against them and things like that. There is already ways that you can do that, but it's obviously not very mainstream. But that's kind of like, my dream vision goals for NFTs. And I like this one, like the headstone. It just signifies something that's pretty unique for me. But moving on, let's go ahead and buy one. So let's pick which one we want here. Obviously, we could go with the cheapest one, which is typically going to be your move, right? Because, you just want to get the best price as possible. But there is something unique with the different colors, obviously. So there's, you could go deep dive on, Bitcoin burials here. But I don't know if that's what you guys are really looking for in this video. You maybe just want to be showing how to do these things. So let's go ahead and pick. I'm actually going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go with this one here. I do remember, obviously, this time in the market. Good times for me, to be honest. If we actually go back and take a look at the Bitcoin price, we can see, July 27, 2021, where were we? This was right in here. So this was after basically we had this massive run up, then we came down, and it's really right in here, right? July 27th. So basically at the dip, right? Haven't come up yet, but we ended up going higher, and it's just like, oh, that was such an interesting time in the market, crazy times. So this is one I like. Plus, I've noticed this is kind of the different color. This is what they call the marble. Obviously, I can go deep into all of this stuff, but this is kind of more unique for the community stuff. But you can see that the next highest one there is the 44, so that's something that you can kind of play around with NFTs, because now I'm buying up the floor for this color of headstone. So let's go ahead and do that. Just gonna click buy. I've got my wallet connected, right? I hope I show you guys how to do that. You just simply connect the wallet up here, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and buy. Obviously, you can see there is some fees here, so it's gonna be bumped up a little bit, but that's expected. So, have a little bit of extra Bitcoin in your wallet here. Broadcasting the order, it's probably going to go up even a little bit more. Yeah, it's going to cost, it's going to be 0.008, because this is the fees that you're dealing with. So maybe you want to buy 2 at a time, this and that, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this, guys. This is one of the things that is, about it. But like I said, this is a Hail Mary degen play, so we're paying high fees here, but I'm going to confirm it. I want this NFT. I want to show you guys how to do this too. So we're doing it. Let's go. It is pending the order. This is going to take a little while. So let's just wait and then wait for that to go through, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So real quick, you can see that this is now pending, this little symbol down there. As I refresh the squeeze, refresh the screen, sorry, it's pending. You cannot buy now because this is an order that I've put in. So this is going through on the blockchain, right? It's doing its thing all behind the scenes there. Don't really need to get too technical in this video for you guys right now, but it's pending, so we're waiting. Bitcoin is slow. We are dealing with ancient technology here, obviously. So, it's Bitcoin NFTs, but that's part of the whole art to it on these projects. So, yeah, give us a minute and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So my transaction went through. That took about 20 minutes or so. I don't know, maybe even more. Like I said, this is Bitcoin. We're dealing with ancient tech here, but that is part of the art to it here. That's what we're doing. We are so we got our Bitcoin burial. You can see my headstone is no longer here on the market. I've got a little less BTC in my wallet, and if I go to my Phantom wallet, you can see I now have 2 Bitcoin burials. I have my new art piece there in my wallet. What I've essentially done is I've just bought a specific Satoshi with an inscription of a date and quote attached to it of a prediction of Bitcoin's death in the past here, July 27, 2021. So really cool, really unique sort of NFT direction that they're going with here. Like I said, I've gone into all the reasons why I like this one. But yeah, if I wanted to sell it, I could go here, go to my items on Magic Eden here. I've got my 2 projects. I can just click list now. List. I'm not going to do it right now. Obviously, I want to hold these for a little while, see what happens in the market here. If we take a dip and these things, I may be looking at picking up some more of these things depending on how things go. Like I said, I'm going to be monitoring this as we go, but this kind of just some little fun play money extra, some degen plays, some Hail Mary plays here, but plenty of reasons why I'm attracted to this project. But yeah, I would just submit the listing, and you can type in what I want to list the price for. It just automatically sets that at the floor price here. Like I showed you guys, I picked this one at 0025, so I'd be making a profit here. There's potentially going to be some fees here as well, though. But like I said, I'm not planning on listing this right now. This is a specific color, so I know that if I listed this at the floor price, there's a good chance of this getting picked up right away, even though I'd be obviously taking a loss on this right now, but it is a higher floor price for this specific color. So these are kind of things, especially as the community develops, and plenty of other projects obviously on the Bitcoin network that are going on. Like I said, a lot of projects that I like. These node monks, obviously I'm bullish on these, but significantly more expensive, floor price to get in on these. So Bitcoin Barrels is kind of like a nice early one that you can get in on. As far as your BRC20 tokens, you're going to be most like looking at the Unisat website, and it's the same thing. You're just connecting your wallet here, you're finding your projects wherever it is, and it's done a little bit differently. Like this with these things, you're buying these tokens in big bundles here, right? Not necessarily big, but most people for this particular project, Ordi, they are selling it. It seems to be in pretty big bundles. A few $1,000s a pop, but then you're deciding how many that you want, and there's also a price associated with this. All of these things are priced in Bitcoin, so that's another interesting thing about all of this, right? Because you're not pricing things in dollars, you're pricing things in Bitcoin, so it's just another way to kind of play the markets. Obviously, this is a little bit like next level. You're essentially not even dealing with fiat currency in these markets here. It's something that you can keep in your mind, though. But that's pretty much wraps it up. I think I hope you guys learned something here. I showed you guys how we bought an NFT on the Bitcoin network. You can see how I'm storing it in the Phantom wallet, how I would sell it if I want to, my plan, how I'm picking these projects, the things that I'm looking at, and also looking ahead at where the market is going. And like I said, at this point, it's it's up in the air where we're going from here, but preparing for either direction here. Super excited if we go down. Would love for this market to just chill out a bit, because I've been, like I said, super degen lately. So just get some relaxation in, slowly stack up some of the more base projects, Bitcoin, ETH, Chainlink, things like that, the blue chips. And but hey, if we go up from here, it's game on, party's on, man. You know what I mean? And nothing that we can do about that. So hopefully we have the bag stacked ready to go. But that wraps this up for this video. Hopefully, you know, if you guys have questions, if you guys want to follow up with these things, subscribe to the channel, like it, share it around, especially if you're in the Bitcoin burials community. And yeah, peace out, guys.